Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez get married.
It's an impossible city. It can't exist. And yet here it is.
We actually have an estimate from the regional governor who puts the price tag on this 3-day event at more than $50 million.
Because that's what you do when you are Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. You invite only your close, you're literally one of the richest men in the world.
What if the most luxurious wedding of the year wasn't really about love at all? What if it was a carefully staged illusion designed to manipulate how we see the richest man in the world? Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez threw a $50 million wedding in Venice, Italy. But here's what no one's telling you. They were already legally married a month earlier. So, what was this massive public show really about? Even media personalities couldn't ignore the strange optics of this wedding spectacle. Megyn Kelly, known for her sharp commentary and no-nonsense takes, didn't hold back. While she may not have dedicated an entire segment to Bezos and Sanchez, her past critiques of performative celebrity culture and media manipulation ring loud and clear here. It's the kind of over-the-top event that fits right into the concerns she's voiced before, where billionaires try to rewrite their public image through staged glamour and controlled narratives. Whether it's political spin or personal branding, Kelly has consistently called out powerful figures for using influence to reshape reality. This wedding, in many ways, is the kind of moment she's warned us about, where love becomes a product, the press becomes part of the plan, and public opinion is carefully sculpted, not earned. While she didn't destroy Bezos directly, the very themes she critiques are alive and well in this story, and her voice echoes through every frame of this orchestrated event, a wedding or a PR stunt. When the headlines first exploded with news of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's wedding in Venice, it sounded like something out of a fairy tale. A city known for its romance became the stage for what was described as a glamorous 3-day celebration. But beneath the surface of candlelight dinners and designer gowns, many people began asking the same uncomfortable question. Was this really a wedding? Or was it something else entirely? Reports suggest the couple spent over $50 million on this event. That's not just expensive, it's nearly 1,000 times what the average American wedding costs. For that kind of money, you'd expect a once-in-a-lifetime celebration of love. But what if the real purpose wasn't about romance at all? Many insiders believe this entire production was designed as a form of public theater. The purpose? To reshape the world's perception of Jeff Bezos. After a very public divorce and an even more public relationship timeline with Lauren Sanchez, critics say this spectacle wasn't about the union of two people. It was about reclaiming narrative control, with carefully selected visuals, press coverage, and a guest list that read more like a red carpet event than a wedding. Everything about it felt planned for impact. This wasn't just about committing to each other, it was about sending a message to the world that Bezos is still powerful, still influential, and still on top. Fame over feelings. Look closely at the guest list, and something becomes clear. This wasn't your average gathering of loved ones. The couple claimed the celebration was intimate, just 200 hand-picked guests. But who made the cut? Not childhood friends or family we've never heard of, but celebrities with huge followings and global recognition. Tom Brady, the Kardashians, Oprah Winfrey, Gayle King. Names chosen not because they've been there through thick and thin, but because their presence amplifies status. Their attendance wasn't just social, it was strategic, gave the wedding credibility as an elite event, but it also made the entire occasion feel less about the couple's bond and more about projecting importance. Every detail, from the high-profile names to the exclusive Venice location, seemed designed to showcase influence rather than emotion. These were not choices made for comfort or privacy. These were decisions made for cameras, headlines, and legacy. Observers noted that the atmosphere didn't radiate warmth. Instead, it echoed something else, a kind of transactional energy where your value was tied to your fame. In that context, the guest list felt less like a celebration of love and more like a power move, a quiet but undeniable display of who's in their inner circle. The truth is, when a couple spends this much energy curating their audience, it stops feeling like a private milestone and starts looking like a meticulously crafted brand campaign. Scripted love. Romantic moments are usually spontaneous, but with Bezos and Sanchez, everything looks timed to perfection. Whether it's yacht parties or affectionate gestures, they're always in front of cameras. always flawless. Insiders suggest these moments aren't accidental. They're carefully scheduled photo ops, often arranged through their own PR teams. Each public embrace or playful glance isn't just love, it's messaging. Take their famous foam party on a private yacht. Seemed casual, but many believe it was designed to push a narrative. Rich, relaxed, desirable, these aren't just memories, they're marketing materials. When romance is staged for headlines, the question becomes clear: is this love or is it image control? Already married, so why the spectacle? Here's the twist. Bezos and Sanchez were legally married weeks before the Venice celebration even happened. So what was the point of the lavish ceremony? Commentators say it wasn't about commitment, it was about optics. After his public divorce and media scrutiny, this wedding became a way for Bezos to redefine how people see him. From the guest list to the setting, everything felt like a statement. I've moved on. I'm powerful. I'm winning. It wasn't a wedding. It was a rebranding exercise dressed up in designer clothes and celebrity cameos. When the vows come after the paperwork, it starts to feel less like love and more like strategy. The obsession with appearance. Over the past few years, both Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez have undergone dramatic physical changes. Jeff, once known for his quiet, techie image, now appears constantly polished, muscular, tanned, and styled to perfection. Lauren, too, has transformed in noticeable ways, from her facial structure to her physique. And while people have every right to reinvent themselves, the timing and intensity of these changes have raised questions. Are they personal choices or responses to unspoken pressures in their high-profile life? In elite circles, appearances aren't just about self-expression, they're strategic. The way you look becomes part of your public identity, especially when billions of dollars and global attention are involved. For Bezos and Sanchez, their transformations seem to fit a larger narrative, that they're not just in love, but thriving, enviable, and in complete control. But when both partners are reshaping themselves at the same time to such extremes, it can feel less like confidence and more like conformity to an ideal, a lifestyle where looking flawless isn't optional, it's expected. Who's really in charge? To many observers, the Bezos-Sanchez relationship doesn't just project love, it projects dominance. Every detail seems managed. Their outings, their vacations, even their body language in public. It all looks deliberate. Some moments are subtle, like a hand on the back during a yacht photo. Others are more bold, like public embraces that just happen to be captured in perfect lighting with perfect angles. Over time, patterns emerge. These aren't just coincidences. According to insiders, these are highly organized public displays meant to reinforce one thing: Jeff Bezos is in control of how they are seen. It's not just about affection, it's about messaging. Each photo says, look at us, we're powerful, we're desirable, we define the standard. In that dynamic, the question becomes, is this relationship about mutual love or about controlling a story, with Lauren Sanchez as part of the script? What's the real cost? Living in the spotlight always comes at a cost, but for Lauren Sanchez, that price might be higher than most realize. Since the beginning of her relationship with Bezos, she's faced intense pressure. Her appearance has been scrutinized endlessly. Her past relationships are constantly revisited, and her transformation from respected journalist and pilot to ultra-polished partner of a billionaire has sparked public debate. Some insiders suggest that her changing appearance isn't just for the red carpet, but a result of expectations from within the relationship. The idea that she must look a certain way, not for herself, but for the image they're selling as a couple. In a world where power dynamics often go unspoken, the pressure to meet unrealistic standards can become overwhelming. The constant need to stay camera ready, to project a certain kind of perfection, can slowly erase the person underneath. When personal identity starts to blur into someone else's ideal, it begs a tough question. How much of what we see is Lauren, and how much is the version Jeff Bezos wants the world to see? The public backlash begins. While the Bezos-Sanchez wedding dazzled on the surface, not everyone was clapping. In fact, many people, especially locals in Venice, felt more irritated than impressed. The scale of the event was overwhelming. Multiple yachts, private jets, loud parties, celebrity entourages. It turned a peaceful, historic city into a high-security media circus. For some residents, it felt less like a celebration and more like a takeover. Online, the reaction wasn't much better. Comment sections filled with questions. Why spend so much in a world dealing with serious issues? Why flaunt extreme wealth in a time when most people are struggling? What was supposed to be a romantic highlight quickly turned into a symbol of disconnect, a reminder of just how far removed billionaires are from everyday people. And while Bezos may have intended to show power, the message many received was tone-deaf and self-centered. The backlash didn't just question the event, it questioned the value of the message itself. When love becomes strategy. In most relationships, love is something that grows naturally, but in this one, it feels more like a calculated campaign. From the moment Bezos and Sanchez went public, their relationship has been steeped in strategy. Exclusive photos, luxurious vacations, staged affection, all feeding a specific story that they are not only deeply in love, but also untouchably successful. But this kind of storytelling doesn't happen by accident. Media appearances, interviews, photo placements, everything is coordinated. When every romantic gesture is matched with a headline, it starts to look less like love and more like branding. Observers are now asking, is the romance real or just another carefully built image? When public attention becomes part of the relationship, the lines between what's genuine and what's planned become harder to draw. And in that confusion, something valuable is often lost. The raw, messy truth of human connection. The bigger question. When we step back and look at the full picture, from the extravagant wedding to the physical transformations to the media choreography, it becomes clear that this story goes beyond just two people. It raises deeper questions about how power, money, and influence are shaping not just relationships, but reality itself. In today's world, image is everything. Love, status, even personality can be packaged, edited, and sold to the public. And when someone as powerful as Jeff Bezos is behind the scenes, that image can become almost impossible to challenge. The most troubling part isn't the money or the fame. It's the idea that even love can be manufactured, that intimacy can be scripted, that a partner's body, voice, and identity can be curated to support someone else's version of success. It's a reminder of just how much control exists behind closed doors in the world of celebrity, and how often we confuse a performance for the truth. So here's the final question. When everything from romance to reality can be staged, what's actually real? In the end, this story isn't just about a wedding. It's about what that wedding represents, how power can reshape perception, how image can override truth, and how even the most personal moments can be turned into spectacle. What Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez gave the world wasn't just a celebration, it was a show. A message wrapped in designer clothes, luxury yachts, and celebrity appearances. And while some may see glamour, others see a warning that even love, when placed in the hands of immense wealth and influence, can become a performance. What's most unsettling isn't the foam parties or the camera-ready kisses. It's the idea that authenticity might no longer be necessary, that a relationship can be curated like a social media feed, that a partner's identity, even their appearance, can be molded to fit someone else's vision of power. So ask yourself, when everything is scripted, staged, and sold, what's left behind the curtain? If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to see what's really happening, and subscribe for more stories that cut through the noise. The truth is out there, but only if you're willing to look past the spotlight. Till next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and never stop asking what's real.